Oh, please, please be enough. Please, please, I beg of you, God.
Oh, please.
Please, please, no! So you're probably wondering, how did we get here? I started this challenge the day after I finally got 36 stars for the first time. Since the Turbulence buff, Light of Reignition, was one of the best, it made sense to try and take advantage of it again. For stage 7, all I had to do was run the same teams, replacing Ranmei with Tingyun and Himiko with Sampo, and we cleared it 3 stars without any issues. Stage 8 is where I hit a roadblock. Cause, well, I don't have a 4-star imaginary character built. Sure, you can argue matching weaknesses doesn't matter until at least stage 10, but I'm going to run into the same issue later on anyway. Okay, let's try the other Memory of Chaos with Dreamland of Longing. In short, use skill points to build stacks, and at the start of each cycle, the stacks hit enemies randomly for 5% of their max HP. I hate the hits random part because 9 out of 10 times, it will always overkill the trash mobs instead of being useful. I realized months later that Hoyoverse will never adjust the random hits to retarget an enemy that isn't dead, because overkilling already happens if you attack a low health enemy with enough damage, so why would they bother? My irritation aside, the Sampo and Serval combo destroys the T-Rex, since its mechanic counter goes up for every instance of taking damage, not just DOT. As long as we have AoE or blast attacks, we chip down both elites without worrying about taking too much damage. As for the second half, yeah, this is where the challenge initially ended because of one Australian insect. In case you didn't know, every time a swarm sting propagates and duplicates, they both regain full HP, and sadly, my Herta is not built for this. But failure is the greatest teacher, so let's brainstorm. Obviously, talented players and content creators like the ones on screen have done 4-star runs before. They are the ones I will look up to for inspiration, and after watching all their past videos, it seems my problem is a skill issue. I mean, investment. For one, having max Eidolons on your characters is practically a necessity. There are some exceptions to this, but Eidolons mean nothing if you don't also have the right maxed out traces and the right substats on relics. Unsurprisingly, we're going to need to strategize and invest heavily into certain 4-stars in order to meet the DPS requirements. One character in particular was Qingcui. In situations like stage 11, where both the elites and charters have a quantum weakness, Qingcui has her chance to shine.
Gotcha. Come on.
Oh, come
Use
on.
what thing?
I swear to God. Okay.
Luck of the draw. Please.
That was the stupidest thing I could have seen you do.
What?
You know your ult gives you an immediate 4 stacks, right?
No?
Yes?
I
That's the
did
whole
not.
point of
I
her
did not
ult.
know that. I
So
thought
just
you
watched you waste 4 kill points when you could have just ulted and gotten
No,
the
I
free enhanced auto.
no, I strategically used it. I thought that
Oh my
you're supposed to
God.
use your ult after you get your 4 stacks.
No. Oh, see?
Oh, well, someone lied to me.
Who lied to you?
I don't know.
Who told you this?
Either someone online or Franklin. I don't remember. Someone lied to me.
Feeling lucky.
Well, aside from that blunder, I was told at a bare minimum, QQ is really good at E4, which I had. And every run that I've seen, their QQ follow-up procced practically every time, even after just using the skill once. Yet mine didn't.
Well, here's the thing, Ben. You're playing the gambling character. You don't know how many times they restarted.
Yeah, this game's and this character's dog.
They really hit the gamba.
On top of that, QQ, like most Erudition characters, is basically a glass cannon. If she gets attacked twice, she's dead because she needs so much investment on crit and attack substats. Yeah, this is a failed investment. I can only blame myself since she wasn't E6, but I really did want to believe in the always bet on Qingcui hype. Luckily, I have another solution for the quantum DPS. Let's put a pin in this for now, but just know that the best run so far left us with 5 cycles for the second half. The other character I invested in over the past month was Asta. I used to believe that she was useless when the game first came out, simply because I did not have access to relics or trace materials to make her shine. The Asta's ultimate that grants speed boost to the team is basically cheating. Put simply, more speed means more turns per cycle and therefore more time for damage or to save ourselves out of a bad situation. Again, the T-Rex is not a threat with Serval and Sampo. We patiently let DOT do all the heavy lifting. Plus, every time you stop the T-Rex's ignite state, it overcooks and explodes, dealing huge chunks of AoE fire damage to itself and enemies. I mean, this is still gonna be very close, but I just don't think Svarog will die.
Like, you're close. Very close.
Yeah. First wave, I can do it within 2 cycles. Trailblazer needs speed boots to keep up with the team, especially if she's going to be targeted by Svarog's action delay. However, I believe the main issue is that we just don't have enough DOT. I would assume that all these DOT buffs by myself and the Trotters would be enough to kill, but no. And unfortunately, there's no way to force enemies to action forward and take their turn earlier so that the DOT procs sooner. If only we had a way to use Kafka, but without Kafka.
4 to 6 days later.
I'm ready to show you how I conquered stage 11. For the first wave, the Shadow is my main priority. Her ban mechanic is consistently what ruins my runs, setting me up to die by the Gatekeeper or Dragonfish. I use my first Shui ultimate on the Shadow to reduce her toughness and continue using her skill to shred all of their toughness. For those unfamiliar, anytime any character does toughness damage, Shui builds up her passive, leading to a follow-up attack. The Gatekeeper can be ignored for the most part since I have Link's ultimate for emergency cleanse and healing. We just pray he doesn't target the same character twice on his turn. Easier said than done. The second wave, Cocolia is the main threat since she can potentially freeze my characters, and her charged up AoE will one-shot me if I'm not at full HP. But Shui's skill is enough to keep chipping away at the enemies on field and let DOT do most of the work. Unfortunately, we can only delay Cocolia for so long, but managed to tank her attack. Really, bro? 1 HP. For the second half, my new secret weapon, E2 Gwyneth. Let's explain why she is the answer. Gwyneth is skill point neutral since we don't have to reapply the skill every turn, and her basics also have a high chance of applying the burn status. Like Kafka, when we use her skill in ultimate, she triggers current burn statuses to proc. Her first Eidolon decreases the enemy's effect resistance with the skill, which is extremely important to ensure that we get the maximum DOT application, and her second Eidolon increases her damage if the enemy is burned. But the real secret is her Fire Kiss debuff. When inflicted with Fire Kiss, enemies take 4% to 7.6% increased damage for 3 turns and stacks up to 3 times. This includes DOT damage. See that chunky damage Svarog just took? That's what we need to beat him. Unfortunately, since Fire Trailblazer took most of the single target hits from the enemy, all we have to do is let the Trotters and their DOT applications finish Svarog off. Gwyneth deserves to get the final hit. On to stage 12, the real challenge and source of my pain. Well, to start, I tried my Serval team for the first half. Yeah, the Void Ranger and Shapeshifter don't have lightning weaknesses, but Yanqing does. So if we brute force our way to the second wave within 3 cycles with the Trotter DOT, we have a decent chance. It was easier said than done. Well, after some failed attempts and some good RNG, we made it to Yanqing. With careful Trotter stacking, Yanqing's HP depleted bit by bit, and we finished the first half just before cycle 23, leaving us with 5 cycles for the second half. Without 5-star characters, this is definitely rough, but let's just see how far we can go. First wave could have gone better. Most of the damage goes to Trailblazer, which is good. Yeah, Asta's HP is dangerously low, but the guard set helps her solo sustain a bit. It ain't much, but it's better than nothing. And as small as Trailblazer's shield is, it's enough to get by. And yeah, that's pure copium. Interestingly, Sam's damage is kinda low. I'm going off pure feeling based on other bosses. The real issue is his combustion state. To get out of the state, we have to hit Sam 5 times with skills that deal damage. However, the trade-off is we lose HP every time we use a skill point, and yeah, the Trailblazer shield ain't tanking his WWE Supernova Overload. I tried again, but pretty much the exact same result. I don't know what I expected. I did notice Sam seemed to take less damage from the DOT and his insane health. We'll put a pin in this for now. Well, my first thought of what to try next was switching the teams since it was clear having a healer is needed way more against Sam than Yanqing. The Sampo and Gwyneth combo worked wonders once again to 3-cycle the first wave. Unfortunately, bad RNG targeting by Yanqing on Gwyneth eventually led to her dying by his giant AoE sword a few turns later. We were so close.
Cut through the ranks.
Oh, come on, bro. What? Some relic adjusting later, I beat the first wave in the same amount of cycles. I tried the same team as before, and Pela just got really unlucky with the targeting. I tried this team with the logic being March will freeze the shapeshifter to delay him from summoning his minions, and Yanqing since I have a good effect hit rate stat with Gepard's Light Cone. Yeah, I was feeling pretty tilted from stage 12 that I decided I would just go try stages 7 to 10. Since these enemies are lower level, my damage output is more than enough to clear them with ease. Crazy how a few levels make a difference. I'm so used to quantum status never killing with 5 stacks on stage 12, and I just noticed this while reviewing the footage. Did you see it? I'll show it again and let you think about it a little bit more. The deer resisted half of the DOT application from the Trotter. Turns out all bosses from level 80 plus have 40% effect resistance. Well, surely this won't be a problem later, right? Another observation, on these earlier stages, you only had to face 1 elite enemy and some trash mobs in the first wave, then 2 elite enemies in the second wave. I did not notice this natural progression in difficulty before. Nice job, devs. That's my one genuine compliment of the video. Hey guys, look, I'm finally using Qingque, and she finally did the follow-up attack. Who am I kidding? The Qingque fans already clicked off the video. Those of you still watching, however, thank you. Stage 9 was interesting. Sure, I could have used her Vol in the first team instead, but I wanted to do the first half as quickly as possible so I can strategically brute force the second half with Shui Yi. Shui Yi's ultimate ignores weakness types, so it is the only way we can try to weakness break the Sweet Gorilla fast. Oh my god. March's role is to apply a shield to herself so she'll tank the gorilla's attacks since it'll reflect damage back. Tingyun and Natasha help deal toughness damage to the summons while their skills aren't needed. The only thing to look out for is if we need to get one of the dogs off the field, since a Trotter can't spawn if the number of enemies at a given moment is 5. Eventually, slow and steady wins the race.
I charge extra.
No, you Ooh. No! Oh my god, I hate the wolves, bro. It's so stupid. Oh my god, this is why I hate the monkey. This is why this one I hated.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I just needed Lynx or Natasha on this team instead of Trailblazer, and through careful planning and management, it was only a matter of time. I don't trust this game, I'm healing. I knew it! Please kill the monkey, please kill the monkey. Okay, kill the monkey, kill the monkey.
I charge extra.
Yes, let's go. Oh my god, I got so lucky. I mean, all skill. Now watch me absolutely choke. I clicked the wrong one. Well, despite that fumble, you know how it goes. We had plenty of cycles to get that win. After completing the drinking event in one sitting, I finally got the final character I needed for the challenge, Hanya. First half still isn't any faster, but one problem at a time. Let's explain why Hanya is good. Aside from being another Harmony character who buffs my Serval, her skill can be used to lower Sam's counter since it does deal damage. 2, when you hit an enemy with the burden effect applied by her skill, you get a skill point back. This is perfect against Sam to balance skill points for damage and sustain. Uh-oh. Oh, god damn it. That's not good. God damn it. Oh my god. Alright, it's rant time. Second half is the absolute worst fight designed so far. At this point, I am just RNG fishing and praying. The Ascended needs to hit Hanya with any of her attacks so that she can buff Serval before I use her ultimate. I'll later master the exact targeting, but the idea is to get the TV enemy low enough so that it will die to DOT when it wakes up. Because after multiple tests, it doesn't matter what state the TV is in before it is toughness broken. It always wakes up angry, meaning it will always deal AoE damage and drain my team's energy. horse. And for once, the Ascended is the least of my problems. It's the freaking Direwolf. Without a preservation character to take the hits, it's pure RNG who this enemy decides to hit, and the multiple bleed stacks on a character every other turn is ridiculous. I have enough AoE coverage that I can ignore it as a priority, but I am still at its mercy. In fact, all these enemies in the second half apply some kind of status effect, so a sustain with a cleanse is necessary. And remember when I said bosses have 40% effect resistance? Yeah, if I slow down the footage, you can see Sam only got 2 of the 4 DOT buffs applied to him by the Trotter. This is bullshit. The Trotter's debuff application should be 100% guaranteed. These devs can never do anything right, I swear.
Keep up. You can fight it or rock with it.
Oh my god, no. Oh my god, it's that close.
Oh no.
I at this point, I think that's the way. I'm gonna finish this. Because I'm done either way. I'm not playing anymore. I think Pioneer will probably do it. After over a week of farming off screen, I got this relic, and I'm gonna let past me explain my conflicting emotions about this. I want everyone watching this to know that I have been spending the last 2 weeks farming this domain, and I literally spent all but one of my self-molding resins yesterday because I just was not getting. And then I got an okay-ish crit damage piece. And then the moment I'm like, all right, we're going to do a little bit more farming, but I don't expect anything. The moment I'm like, all right, we're doing the challenge, the game decides, yeah, we're just going to give you what you want. I want you to know, chat, I am retiring after this challenge. All she needs is just to crit, right? Just 50%. It's just a coin toss. Ian.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, why?
Those pain will never end.
Oh my god, I need one more cycle in first half. At this point, I was pretty desperate. While Ian helped me brainstorm what he'd use in my situation, I seeked help from players on Discord. Perhaps someone would have insight that I'm just unable to see, and that was Spain without the S. They were also trying to beat stage 12 with 4 stars only, so the perfect person to bounce ideas off of. Spain suggested and explained why I should use Pela in the first half because her defense shreds increase DOT damage taken. I didn't think of that, but it does make sense. I tried this team comp before briefly and it didn't work out, but that was before I min-maxed my traces and best in slot relics from Ian's suggestions, so I was able to 4-cycle. Oh, please be enough, please. Please, I beg of you, God. Oh, please. Please, no!
Oh my god.
And now you know how we got here. Months of preparation for the game to take away any shred of hope I had left. This moment really broke me mentally. Oh, what is the point anymore? What is the point of living anymore? I need a break. I'm finishing this and then I need a break for a little bit. Well, the nice thing about this first half is Pela's skill counters the Shapeshifter's healing aura. So once that is removed, we wait for the Gwyneth and Sample combo to chip away at the Elite's HP. To maximize my damage, I gave Pela in Link's Fleet Orb and Rope, which provides additional attack for the team. I also finally gave Pela the Eagle set for the 4-piece passive. Gwyneth and Sample's traces were also finally maxed. In the second half, I Tingyun ultimate right away to activate Dance 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 to push the whole team up in the queue. And for some reason, even though Hanya getting hit once by any of the elites was enough to get her ultimate before, it just wasn't today. I genuinely don't understand. I've done the exact same rotation, have the exact same build. The only variable for if I need to reset is if Hanya just doesn't get hit at all. Again, with Hanya ultimate and Serval critting on hers, it's enough to kill the TV when it gets up so that I avoid the energy drain. Despite the setback, I still went through with this attempt. It's all RNG at the end of the day, so maybe something lucky will happen later. I will say my Serval damage is definitely higher with the Pioneer set. I've done this stage so many times, I know how many DOT stacks are enough to kill the enemies on their turn, so I just heal and save skill points for the next wave. It is unfortunate letting my energy max out, but since Sam can't take toughness damage until his combustion state, the best strategy is to be patient, prep, and hoard my ultimates till then. Very risky plays waiting until the absolute last minute to use my Natasha healing, but that's just how it has to be for 20 cycles. Don't worry, I'm keeping my eye on Hanya since she's targeted by the direwolf. I won't let that mistake happen again. When Sam is knocked out of the combustion state, he does take more damage. Unfortunately, because of his speed stat, that moment doesn't last long, so I can only squeeze a little bit of damage in. And no matter who you watch for 4-star runs, Sam always goes into the combustion state at least twice. It's okay, just stay calm. We've done this once already. Same strat of keep an eye on everyone's HP. Hanya and Serval will knock Sam out of his state. Down to the final cycle, the final rotation, Sam had only 9% and Serval's ultimate did at least 3%. It looked good. Then I made a serious mistake. Let me slow it down for you. Tingyun had 1,387 HP. I believe I used her skill on Serval again to build up energy. Sam then proceeded to hit Tingyun first, dealing 555 damage. Then Supernova Overload did 299 initially, followed by 449. Adding that all up, Sam dealt 1,303 damage. If I did not use Tingyun's skill, she would have lived on 84 HP, and the Serval ultimate would have completed the challenge. I don't care if it has to be
Let's
3
go.
stars in one turn. I don't care what anyone says in the comments in the video. This is it. I've already suffered enough. I am done with Sam. This was like the best run I ever had, and Tingyun still died, just like always. So absolutely nothing has changed. As far as I'm concerned, the challenge is complete.
4 to 6 days later.
Alright. I could have left the video there, but I'm sure at least one commenter would say I didn't do the challenge properly. So what is the solution to avoid another dead Tingyun? Gallagher. I learned way too late that Sam's combustion state places minus 90% outgoing healing on everyone. Gallagher counters this since his extra outgoing healing scales off break effect stats, so we give him Run Maze Thieves relics and begin the final fight. Additionally, his ultimate is like Lyocha, where every enemy hit now has a status that heals my active character after they attack. Plus, his enhanced basic with one of his traces practically heals the team to full, but that doesn't mean Sam is a pushover. Even with Gallagher, I still had to occasionally use a skill point to heal my teammates, and the cycle count was still that close. After 2 months, I can finally put the 4-star Memory of Chaos challenge to an end. I will never do this again. I am serious. I will leave that to the content creators I showed earlier. They are the real goats of the community, and this challenge has made me appreciate their efforts so much more and gain 1000% respect. You can check out their links in the description and pinned comment below. Since you've made it this far, consider subscribing for more challenge content and liking the video to help with the algorithm. I'm Dragon Lolita, and until then, on to my next video.